Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the GSL. This is the Code A tournament. I am Moltrap. With me here is Caldor. You have heard his voice on the Arena of Legends. Now you can see his face, see him in his snazzy clothing, see his cool hairstyle as well. The stylist took a long time with your hair this morning, right?
Yeah, exactly. It took really an awful amount of time because when we got our makeup done, they just ruined my hair. It was so shiny before and now it's just all gone. I really don't know what they did, but it was apparently a little bit too much.
Yeah, they messed up his hair, so we just had to get rid of it before the cast. So I hope you guys are here to stay. We hope you have some snacks. We hope you're good to go because you are not going to want to leave your chair or whatever it is that you are sitting on or standing in to watch this games, because we have some excellent StarCraft games coming up for you guys today. It is basically Foreigner Day on Code A today. We've got our three foreigners in Code A are going to all be playing today. SeleCT, Naniwa, and Sase.
We still count SeleCT being a foreigner, so it's three of them. SeleCT, you already mentioned it, Nani and Sase as well, and this is going to be great. Two guys from Sweden. And SeleCT as well today will be really awesome. And we have two streams going on. You might have heard about it.
Yeah.
Last week we had the same thing going for you in order to show you all the games. Wolf is at the GOM office and doing a solo cast as well. This is how you are able to watch two streams at the same time.
Yep.
Just check it out. You press F9, I think it's guys.
F5, I believe, to go to the preferences. Yeah, and then there's a box that says allow multiple instances of GOM player or allow more than one GOM player or something like that. It's near the bottom. It should be obvious what it is, and it'll let you open up more than one stream, so you can watch. Like last week, I actually did the same thing. I pulled up one stream on the left side of my screen, one stream on the right, and I was watching both sets of games at the same time. It was pretty cool, actually, to have so much StarCraft. But let's not forget what happened last week in Code A. The results from before. Keen taking out Revival. Hero taking out Crazy Moving, and that actually was an insane series. You need to go to gomtv.net and watch the VODs for Hero versus Crazy Moving if you have not already. And of course, Brown took out Superstar, and Boxer triumphed over MVP Dream.
We had a couple of other results as well. These are actually the results from the solo stream that I did at the GOM office. It was Yu-Gi-Oh! Against Minseok. It was actually a pretty cool series, 2-1. The Slayers player won in the end, and FXO ASD didn't have any problems at all defeating Guinea Pig. He took the series with a 2-0, while Startail, Curious, and OGS, the SDC, played an amazing series at last week's Code A.
Yeah, that was good too.
Really great games. Curious in the end was the victor in this encounter. The last match between Top and Startail parting was actually quite exciting as well.
Yeah, so OGS Top, former very high-level Code S player, has now been knocked out of Code A. Here are today's matches. These are the matches that are going to be on the main stream that you are watching right now if you're listening to my voice. SeleCT is going to be playing against Tassadar, Sage versus Finn, and those of you that are Brood War fans, Finn is the new ID of the Brood War player for GG, who actually has a championship in Brood War. Here he is getting into Code A, and then JYP is going to be playing Sase, and Lucky versus Naniwa, the rematch. Lucky knocked Naniwa out of Code A last season, and he's going to be playing him again. And these are the matches from the Wolf's going to be casting on the other stream.
Yeah, we will have TVZ, and the first match is going to be OGS and Snare against OGS Cezanne. This is actually going to be quite a nice game. The second one will be Genius against the Symbol, a PVZ coming up, and the third match PVZ as well. Hongun Prime against OGS Lovesick, and last but not least, OGS Nada against Slayers Man. So a lot of really good StarCraft 2 matches coming up today, and you will be able to watch them on two streams that are going to be provided for you by GOM TV.
And by the way, just for the record, Ven is actually the new ID of the Warcraft 3 Pro Soccer, who was on WeMade and now has joined the team Slayers. Here is our Terran player for the first match, though. He is SeleCT, and he has been in Code A before. Last season, he actually got to the round of 16. That's why he's here again today. He didn't get this. He got a seed from MLG, I believe, or something along those lines, and but actually managed to defeat a Protoss in the first round of Code A last season. He defeated Alicia and knocked Alicia out of Code A last season, but there's his opponent this time, Tassadar.
This is going to be a really, really nice match. SeleCT is some kind of a crazy guy. He stays at the GOM house quite often and practices a little bit there as well. His last results against Protoss have been quite interesting as well. He won in the NASL with 2-1 against Night End, but he lost at BlizzCon to Niffy with 1-2. His record against Protoss is pretty good though. 58% win, 103 wins and 76 losses. That's quite a lot of games you already played.
Versus Protoss?
Yep. Only
Are you talking about SeleCT?
Sorry?
Who are you talking about?
SeleCT.
Oh, okay, okay.
And Tassadar.
I got confused. I thought you were still talking about Tassadar.
No.
Switched up. I was like, wait a minute. He's not playing Protoss. Yeah, and actually, on that same line, yeah, SeleCT has a really good record versus Protoss players. And if you turn things around, Tassadar actually has a very bad record against Terran players. He is only about 43% win rate or something like that.
Exactly, 42% with 13 wins and 18 losses.
Yeah. And you know what? We're going to get started with game number 1 right away. SeleCT versus Tassadar. The first map is going to be Antigua Shipyards. We're going to get started right now here at the GSL Code. In just a moment. All right, here we go. The game has started. The match has started. The competition has started. So up here in the top left corner of the map, we have our Terran player hailing from North America.
Dignitas, SeleCT.
There he is. Spamming it up. And he's actually beaten some Korean Protosses before, by the way. I'll talk about that more in a minute. But here is our Protoss player in the bottom right hand of the map. He did really well in Code a couple seasons ago. Can he now? Tassadar actually came in second in his first run in Code a couple seasons ago, but has been struggling since then.
Yeah, especially against Terran. The last 2 matches that we have for him against Terran was against the SC, OGS SC, and the WCG Korea, and he lost that match as well as in the GSTL Season 1 against Keen. Those were the last 2 matches he played against Terran.
Wow.
In league matches, so therefore he really needs to step it up quite a little bit. SeleCT, on the other hand, starting at the 12 o'clock position, as we already talked about. So this is going to be quite an exciting match.
Yeah, and look at the winner predictions that we have for this match. SeleCT is favored 71% to win this by the fans. And by the way, you can go to gomtv.net, click on the live button, and it'll show you the matches, and you can actually vote for who you think is going to win the matches as well. And it's really cool to see actually what people think. Oh, is that Depot going to get up in time? Yes, the Depot blocks the probe from getting in. So Tassadar is not able to see what's going on at all.
He doesn't get any scouting information whatsoever. He doesn't know that SeleCT didn't take a gas just yet. So far, no refinery for SeleCT. He's just accumulating a large amount of minerals. So this is going to be a 1 barracks expansion, whereas his opponent now takes the 2nd gas, a simulator for Tassadar, cybernetics core as well. Everything being scouted by SeleCT's SCV that snuck into the main base of his opponent. So where's that command center for the Terran player? Should be up in just a few seconds. Yep, here we go, straight at the natural expansion spot. The Marines are obviously now guarding the ramp in order to prevent Tassadar from scouting his opponent's main base.
Yep. And yeah, just to throw some of those matches at you that I was mentioning earlier, SeleCT, he hasn't played a Korean Protoss in a while, but back at MLG Rally, he actually 2-0'd both Hero and Tester, aka Trickster, and before that he beat Killer as well in another tournament, so he has beaten some really high-level Protosses before. I'm really curious to see if he can bring it out here against Tassadar.
And SeleCT has actually been on quite a roll lately. He was able to take the 2nd spot at the Aces ROG Invitational. He only lost to Idra in the final, He was the winner of the Blizzard North American Invitational, and he ended up third at the MLG Dallas as well, so he has quite a lot of accomplishments, and he obviously wants to win this game in order to proceed to the next round of the Code. Here's the bunker at the ramp by Select, now just scouting a little bit what's up with his opponent, and that won't happen as one of the Stalkers already targets down the SCV. So right now Select isn't quite sure what's going on. And we have a Twilight Council being built and a Robotics Bay at the same time. There's no expansion for Tassadar. That's actually something that you would expect the Protoss player to go for a fast expansion as well, especially on a map like Antigua Shipyard. You can easily expand, but Tassadar is going to have none of that. He's going for the Robo and for the Twilight Council.
This is actually a little crazy. He's going to have 4 gateways, a Twilight Council, and a robotics facility. So he is just going to go crazy with the tech here, basically. He's going to have all kinds of tech. He may just be getting the robotics facility to get an observer out. You know, he's warping in a pylon near Select's base. He may want to warp in units on the high ground or something like that. But he's going to have 4 gateways, and he's researching Blink, so he is just basically going to go for a Blink Stalker all in, is what it looks like to me.
On the other hand, the Terran player is now getting Marauders already, so we have Marauders for Select Concussive Shell being researched. He is on 26 SCVs against 25 probes. 2 bays for the Terran player, and as Moltrap already mentioned, we have the Blink upgrade halfway done for the Protoss player. He has that Observer out already, is placing down additional pylons in order to get aggressive. Tassadar has kind of a reputation of 1 base all in, so now Select really needs to defend against this. And that might be pretty hard for him. He has 3 Marauders already, 8 Stalkers for the Protoss player.
And what he's going to do is he's going to catch that Observer. No, I don't think Select knows about it. But what he can do is, he does get the Observer. That is huge. That is huge. Blink is not completed yet. He was going to use that Observer to blink up to the high ground in Select's main base by giving vision for the blink, and now he cannot do that. Now he has to go in the front door where things are more solid for Select's defense.
And here we go, the Stalkers walking up the ramp, taking down the bunker immediately. No ACVs for repair. And here is the Bioforce of Select trying to snake down as many of the Stalkers as possible. And the Marauders doing a good job of that, but will it be enough? There are so many Stalkers there, and the reinforcement for the Tassadar being warped in. This is going to be so close.
This is pretty close. He's having to fall back up his ramp, though. Select is definitely going to have to defend. He did a really good job of targeting down the injured Stalkers. They were blinking back, but he was still picking them off by star-stepping. And no! He's targeting down the Tech Lab if he needs... So he gets his stim canceled. This is it. These Marauders are his last defense. Select is in really big trouble right now.
We have his opponent on with a lot of Stalkers. There are actually 14 of them, and there's not enough for Select. He has 3 barracks, but it doesn't look like he's able to hold off against that push of Tassadar. Tassadar focusing down every single Marauder of Select, blinking, and now the expansion will die as well. Select on the verge of losing Antigua Shipyard.
No. Wow. GG coming from Select. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't float that command center away, but some nice Blinker Stalker micro. Well, some okay Blink Stalker micro. It wasn't the best because he didn't really kite it all, and he let the Marauders get close enough to actually pick off the injured Stalkers that were in the back on a couple occasions. He just had way too many units. Select was not anticipating that level of an attack and didn't have the production to match what Tassadar was throwing at him. So Tassadar takes game number 1.
That was definitely not the game that Select was expecting. I talked to him before the match, and he was like, yeah, I'm really confident that I can beat him. And he did a good job. He killed that Observer. He was able to delay that push a little bit, forced, as you already mentioned, Tassadar, to walk up the ramp into the bunker, but there were no SCVs anywhere to be found in order to repair it, and the Marauders were up the ramp already, so kind of hard to defend against that. And when he lost the Tech Lab with the stim upgrades...
I mean, Stim was far away from being completed anyway, so I don't know if it really would have saved him, but it definitely was one of the nails in the coffin, losing that Stim upgrade, because Stim Marauders can do a lot better against Stalkers, so a little unfortunate there. And yeah, Select just got caught off guard and was not in a great position to defend. His bunker got killed before he could even send SCVs to repair it, so a little unfortunate there. This is a best-of-3 series, though, so Select is not out yet. he is going to have a chance on Crossfire to tie up the series in just a minute, and we're going to see if that's a little bit better map for him.
Yeah, at the same time, we have a lot of foreigners here, by the way. We also have Jinro, Todd, and Naniwa watching the games and obviously rooting for Select. I think they just grabbed something to eat for Naniwa as well, because that guy didn't eat anything all day. He was pretty excited about his match, and he wants revenge on Lucky later on. So he's watching now as well, and had to witness how Select got taken down on the first map. The players are already in the lobby. We're just waiting for them to get ready, and then we'll start the Crossfire match.
We're going to get a shot of our players again. Here they are. Select on the left, Tassadar on the right. And yeah, there are a ton of foreigners in the house today, man. A lot of our compatriots are here. Players, Doa's in the house watching the games as well, and a lot of just fans that are here. You know, we have a lot of English teachers and military personnel from the U.S. They come here and watch the games sometimes. It's really cool. If you are in Seoul, make sure you come down and watch some games and say hi to us. It's always cool to meet folks. Come down here, and the game number 2 has started. We're going to get right into the map right now. Select versus Tassadar at GSL.